Last episode, we set out to meet a seller to look at a decent-sized lot of consoles, games, and gaming items. But can we make a deal out of this? On some of this? All of this? Or will we strike out swinging? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Emceemur here, and welcome back to another fantabulous episode of Flea Market Flippin', that's right. And before we get started, I hope you'll go ahead and drop a like on this video. Drop a like. And if you haven't already done so, I hope you're going to subscribe to the Emceemur Show and be a part of what we got going on right here. You know, we tried to make a deal with the seller on only a handful of games from this mega lot in the last episode, and the price wasn't bad. We were just a little too far apart. We just couldn't make the deal. He had traded a valuable comic book for this entire lot, so he had a target number he had to recoup, right? I get that. He was still figuring out pricing on everything individually, so I figured I would back off, give him some space, and see what he wanted to do with the whole thing. In a few days, as promised, he calls me back and offers to do a deal with me off-site. So that's fantastic. The only thing is, he had sold the majority of the lot off by that time to another seller. And why? Because they were able to buy it all in one hit for a price that he was comfortable with. You know, I understand that. I don't deal in volume. There was likely more there than I could have made an offer on anyway. But he's got 2 boxes of stuff here left over that did not go with the lot, and it's a decent amount of stuff. So if the price on this stuff is reasonable, I think we can work with this.
I knew you were the guy to go to. But we have a PlayStation 3 backward compatible that
nice.
was in there. We also, I think it's also a WiiU, one WiiU game, some PlayStation 2 stuff.
There are 2 very desirable consoles in here, alright? A backwards compatible PS3, which is great, and a Wii U. All the hookups are here, so yeah, I'm loving that. The rest of this lot is really a mixed bag. There's games for all different systems in here, and some of these games are really standing out to me right now. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. You know, I actually need a physical copy of this for my Wii U collection. I had got it digital for free years ago as part of a promo. And there's some retro here, including a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Sega Genesis in the box, missing the manual, but otherwise it's in really good shape. There's a freaking copy of Road Rash here for the Sega Genesis, complete in the box, the manual's in good shape. Who didn't love Road Rash? That game was so far ahead of its time. It still holds up today. And a gorgeous copy of Xenosaga for the PS2. You know, I've sold this game every time I have found it because it's worth something, right? I've always wanted to keep it and I just never have. Again, this is a great looking copy. If we come out all right on this, this may be the time I finally keep a copy for myself. There's a lot of odds and ends in this lot. Really cool stuff to look at. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I gotta hear a number.
So what are you thinking on all of this, man?
For all of it, I was thinking maybe 150.
150 bucks? Done, right? No, you've got to slow down on these things, right? There are some components missing, right? There's a cover missing on the PS3. That should be easy enough to replace, but the Wii U is missing the gamepad. That's a pretty integral part of the operation there. It's still worth something in this condition, but yeah, you gotta take all this into consideration, and without having tested these consoles, you really have to price it and assume that it may not work.
Man, I'd be more around 100.
Now hang on, I know what you're thinking. 100 is low, okay, and it is, but we're gonna start there, right? Because he's gonna come back at 125 and I'll take it.
Sounds good to me. We're right in between the prices, so, and you always come in the shop with me, so.
Okay.
And he did. Done. Yeah, now we're done. Definitely. We're getting all this for 125, and I couldn't be more thrilled about it. You know, technically this is the scraps from the big deal, right? But okay, scraps off a buffet this large? Man, that's still a lot of food.
All right, let's do it, man.
I appreciate it, Mr. Andy.
I appreciate you.
So we're back here at the Mer Cave, and yeah, we got some really nice stuff in this lot, provided it all works, right? But that's what we're up here to do. We're going to check it out. Are there bonus games in the drives? We don't know. It may have come out better than we thought. And there was already a bonus game in the bin. What is this? We got a Nintendo DS game here, Spider-Man Edge of Time. So Cool, that's not worthless, and we've been on a bit of a DS kick around this household. We just gotta plug this stuff up and see what we got. Let's do it. So here we go. The PS3 fires up to a green light. Good look so far. No extra game inside, but no yellow death lights either. It boots up no problem. And I pulled one of the PS2 games in the lot out to test the backwards compatibility, and sure enough, it fires right up. Playing some high heat baseball up in here. I've never had my hands on a working backwards compatible PS3 until today. Now, switching over to the Wii U, and aha, we got a disc in the drive. That's what that light denotes. What'll it be? What'll it be? New Super Mario U! We'll take it. Disc is super clean and works just fine. You know, it's not worth a ton, but it'll bring us a few bucks closer to being in the green. I'm keeping Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze because Wii U games. The PS2 games are mostly sports garbo, and I'll bundle them up with a future PS2 sale or something. But you know, the ending of this box isn't as happy as it sounds. The Wii U power supply that came with this lot was junked and had to be tossed. The controller that came with the PS3, junked. Thumbsticks moving everything crazy on the screen. Unacceptable. And the PS3 power cord receptacle is tweaked a bit and the cord won't seat all the way in. So this is what I'm talking about when I say start low and assume broken. This box alone is still gonna put us in the green, but not as far as it could have. And I gotta tell you, I'm not even to the bottom of box number 2 yet. I mean, all this stuff right here I'm looking at so far is, I mean, it's such a mixed bag. It's such a mishmash. It's definitely another seller blowing out inventory. So yeah, I mean, but there's some fantastic stuff here. I'm not even sure what all I'm keeping yet. One thing that really stands out is this copy of NES Joust. What a random hit from this pile. And I've been holding on to this empty Joust box for 8 years on the off chance this day would finally come. And well, here it is. And you know, Joust is such a classic. It's such a great game. And it's a game I'm still making memories with even today. And with a box and manual wrapped around this thing, we're definitely adding some numbers to our valuation. Alright, I gotta get values on the rest of this stuff and this stuff. So while I work on that, let's get you back into the fray.
How you doing? We got a bunch of more stuff we're about to put out.
You got some games for sale?
Not the games, I just have the system.
It has games on it. We didn't like factory reset it or anything.
Okay, so it's a PS4. That's great. I love PS4. It may just be the GOAT when it comes to consoles. But she's talking up games on the system, as in digital purchases, okay? You can't really figure that into the valuation. I hear this a lot. You gotta format the system, right? To fully take ownership of the thing. And if you're the one selling it, you also want to make sure you format the thing because you don't want any of your information being passed on to someone else. Yeah, can't really take that into consideration when we're putting a number on this thing.
How much are you asking for it?
Well, it doesn't come with a controller because we lost it, but we're asking just 100 for it. Because it has, I think he said it has like 16 games on it. I don't know what games, but knowing him, it's probably like Call of Duty, Minecraft, stuff like that.
$100, and I'd be in at another $40 at least for a controller. So yeah, at that point we're kind of getting too close to GameStop pre-owned bundle pricing. There just wouldn't be any meat on the bone there, nor would it be worth the risk.
You kind of have to reset them though, because then they've got your information on them.
Yeah, we made sure we took off all of his information.
Yeah, without the controller, I don't think I could do 100, but
Yeah, it's either we're either doing 100 and then because I've gotten some offers for 100 already.
okay.
You have? Well, then why would you still have it? I don't know. When there's more questions than answers, the safest bet is probably just to keep walking. Next episode of Flea Market Flippin', we're going to take a much deeper dive into the valuations on the items we have left to look at in this lot. We've got a whole other box we got to empty out. We got to decide what's staying, what goes, what are we keeping, what are we selling. There's a lot to consider there because there are a lot of items. And speaking of those items, what did you see in the lot today that you would have kept? What was your favorite thing? Leave me something in the comment section below because you know that I love getting our conversation going with you right here on the Emceemur Show, something that we do a lot of. If you're not ready for the action to stop, you know I'm going to put a link right here to another fantabulous flea market episode so that you can click there and get some more action going on right now. Emceemur signing off for this fantabulous episode, and I will see each and every one of you again next time.